Hello and welcome back to another episode of AJP Car Care. Today we're going to be working on this brand new Tesla Model S. The car's about a week old, so we're going to be doing new car detail, a slight correction, and then we're going to ceramic coat it with G10D products. With my new car details, I work a bit backwards. So this car is brand new, so it's literally come out of the factory less than a week ago. It's been picked up from the dealership. So one thing I'm really going to do is I don't want to overly work the paint because, again, it's a new car. I've never worked on a Tesla before, but I've heard things that they've got really soft paint. So we're going to be really careful with it. So first of all, I'm going to do things very backwards. I'm going to use my fallout remover first, just because I want to dissolve any of that built on fallout iron products. I'm going to get them off before I even touch the paintwork, because I don't want to mar the paint by moving them around on the surface. So my first step is going to be fallout remover. So we're going to apply that, leave it to dwell for a few minutes, and then rinse off, and then we're going to go for our wash process. So now, as you can see, anything which is metal, ferrous metals, iron deposits, brake dust, it's all starting to react now with the fallout remover. You see they're starting to streak off and they're starting to go purple. So this is after just a couple of minutes of dwelling. So we're going to leave this for another couple of minutes, and then we're going to rinse the car off, and then we're going to proceed with our pre-wash snow foam. Okay, so we've just snow foamed the car, did our pre-wash, and we're going to tackle the wheels first. These wheels are not going to get coated with the car at the moment because these have literally just been powder coated this week. So we're going to be really gentle with them. We're going to use neutral cleaners, but we're not going to be coating these because I'm going to come back at a later date, have the wheels off, and then coat the calipers and the wheels separately. But for now, we're going to give these a good clean. So what I've got, I have diluted APC. This is about 10:1, just for the tyres. AJP Car Care Geo Gel, so it's really gentle. But it's foaming. It's got good foaming, and it has got good cleaning power as well. So that's why I use this. And being a gel, it kind of clings to the surface a little bit more, so you can work it in properly. As for cleaning products, as for tools as well, we're going to have one hog's hair wheel brush, a wheel woolly, and then just a wash mitt. Just an old wash mitt which doesn't get used in the paint anymore. So this is just my wheel wash mitt now. So we've got 2 buckets. One bucket is just plain water for rinsing, and then our second bucket is just a bucket with a bit of car shampoo in it. So the car shampoo I'm using for this is AJP Car Care Supercharged. So it's really highly concentrated. 1 capful, really good suds, good slick, nice and slick as well. So yeah, so what we're going to do first of all, we're going to apply our Geo Gel. So we're just going to go nice and liberally. Make sure you can change your directions and your angles so you get into the spokes, because these wheels have got like fan blade spokes. So you want to make sure you get both sides of them right up into the corners, and then try and get a little bit inside to the barrels as well, so when we use our wheel woolies we get into that. So after that, first thing I do, APC just onto the tyre, and take our wheel brush and just scrub the tyre. Make sure we're rinsing, and then we're going to work onto the, so I'll work from the inside to the out. So start off with these lug nuts, get into them, and then I'll work each spoke out to the rim. Make sure we get into all the nooks and crannies, and no dirt is left on these wheels. Like so. I'm just going to do half the wheel now just for demonstration purposes. So we wash it like that, and then we take our wheel woolly, working from the top, just get into the barrels, making sure you're changing your angle, trying to get behind spokes as much as possible. I normally work about 1/4 of the wheel and then rinse off. We have a rinse, a bit more soap, back in, like so. And then after that I would rinse, and then using the wash mitt, just try and get behind the spokes, making sure I don't miss any bits. So I'm going to go around clean the rest of these wheels, and then we're going to get on with washing the paint. Now, got my bucket of, this is my wash bucket. My shampoo I'm going to be using is AJP Car Care Supercharged, just hyper concentrated. It pretty much adds 1 capful to a bucket of water, and it gives you nice slick suds ready to use. So what I'm going to do is going to add it to the water. I don't really use a cap because I don't like the cap getting all clogged up. So what I'll do is just tip it out, a couple of blobs like so, and then cap back on, and then I'll just use my pressure washer to foam it up, as you'll see. car. So we've done our wheels, some paintwork, we've rinsed off. So next up, a lot of people think, okay, we're going to polish the car, so we need to clay by the whole thing. I personally don't believe in that. Especially with a new car, assess your paint. So for example, this paint here, it's really smooth because it's brand new, it's just come out the factory, so it's really smooth. There is a few little bits where there's a bit of tree sap and stuff that's just stuck on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to spot clay the area. So I'm not going to clay the whole car, I'm just going to clay areas which I feel that need it. So I'm going to be using Built Hamburotto clay. I like it, you get a lot of clay for your money. It's really easy to use, really easy to apply, nice and pliable. So the best thing about it is that you can lubricate it with water. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use water, but I'm not going to use not just a normal bottle of water, not going to use a spray bottle or anything like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wash mitt, so my cleaner wash mitt is the one you use for the top of the car. I'm going to grab that out of the bucket of wash water, and I'm going to use that soapy water which I've used to wash the car just as my clay lubrication. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the sponge, wring it out on the surface, clay the surface, and move on. So I'm going to spot areas. So there's a little bit on the bonnet I'm going to do here, there's a little bit around the back, so I'm going to do that, and then we can move on to drying the car and getting the car ready, all taped up, masked up for polishing. Once you get a few bits of contaminants, I haven't really got much, there's only a bit of tree sap that's on there, so you can see there's not really much on my clay bar. All I'm going to do is going to mould it, fold it over, dunk it in water, and then I'm good to go again. So that is the bonnet done. That's all I really need to do, is a couple of bits of tree sap in that area. I'm going to walk around the rest of the car, clay what I need to, and then the car will be ready for drying. Only a few spots, a little bit on the back, a little bit on the bonnet, but my clay bar's pretty clean. So what I'm going to do is I actually keep these clay bars now. So whereas I used to throw them away, but I realised that's pretty wasteful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep hold of it, put it back in its box. Obviously I know it's a used one because of the way it is, but with this I'm going to then use it if I ever need to clay bar a set of wheels or some dirty jobs. So this is going to be one of my dirty job clay bars. So for example, I'm getting overspray off wheels, or I'm getting ingrowth fallout off wheels, like that. That's what I'll use. That's what I use this for. So keep hold of your clay bars, don't just throw them away. Obviously, if I've dropped it on the floor and it's rolled around in dirt and stuff, then it will be thrown away. But this has been really clean. Only a few little spots on it. Folded it over once or twice, so it's going to be kept ready for wheels or anything which I need a clay bar for, which isn't paintwork. Next up, we're going to dry the car. We're going to rinse the car one more time, and then we're going to dry the car. Just make sure anything I get off with the clay bar isn't still sitting on the surface. And then, when the car's dry, it's going to go inside, ready for correction. Drying, I use a 40 Finesse Aqua Deluxe towel. Obviously it's nice and big, nice and flush. I don't want to put this towel straight onto paintwork when it's dry. You know, yeah, you might think that a dry towel's going to get off and more work, but obviously with microfiber, I like to just spritz it. So just take a bit of water, That's just a spray bottle of water. Spritz my towel. So it's just a little bit damp. So there's just a little layer of lubrication between that and the bodywork. So what I'm going to do, I lay it on top, like so, spread it out, and then just work it down. Like so. And there you go, you've got a nice dry panel. So, do the rest of the car, and then we're going to have a little walk round, and so you can see the finished product. Now we're finished. The car's been washed, decontaminated. What we're going to do now, we're going to take it inside, give it a blow dry, make sure we get over all the water out and bits and pieces. We're going to mask it up, polish it, ready for coating. So obviously all of everything else is going to be in the next video. So make sure you subscribe, like this video. Any questions, drop me a message or put a comment and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching.